Senate Bill 406, also known as Homeowners Property Owners Bill of Rights. This is one of the most significant bills passed in terms of oversight reform in a very long time, I think in Georgia's history. Do you own a property in an HOA? I remember some of the most frustrating stories from homeowners are those who own properties inside of HOAs. Not all of them, but most of the time HOAs create more frustration than they do collaboration. Unknown fees, unexpected costs, knowing that your money's being used appropriately. HOAs often come with a lot of headache, but I think more that it's more so this ungoverned entity that has the power to fine you for something like overgrown grass, a unpainted mailbox, things of this nature. Recently in Georgia, Senate Bill 406 just made its way through the Senate, and it is one of the most significant HOA oversight bills that's passed in a very long time. Also known as the Homeowners Bill of Rights. This is big news in Georgia, and it made some major changes and major shifts to HOA oversight, and HOA governance here in Georgia. And today we're going to talk about it. So Senate Bill 406, issued to govern HOA oversight and reduce abuse of power and reduce foreclosure and litigation when homeowners are dealing with their HOA. So this bill, in short, now allows a lot of essentially due processes and checks and balances when homeowners are dealing with their HOA. Oftentimes, there's been no oversight in terms of how quickly HOAs can take homeowners to court for fees unpaid, for issued fees, for items as minute as weeds in the yard, unpainted siding, damaged mailboxes. High fees that can often lead to folks losing their home or getting taken to court with their HOA. In Georgia, there are over 2 million homes that are governed by an HOA. 2 million. And there are over 370,000 community associations in the United States. Interesting that over 37% are in a lawsuit of some kind with their HOA. In Georgia, with this recent bill, has put boundaries and has put governance in place to protect homeowners from ending up in court. Because who wants to end up in court or deal with exorbitant fees and no sort of checks and balances or protections from their HOA? With this new governance, what exactly can you expect, or what exactly does this bill entail? So now, HOAs must register with the state, $100 fee, but now they must register with the state. If they do not, they are unable to start collecting fees and enforcing some of their criteria. Secondly, the threshold has been raised from $2,000 to $4,000 before the foreclosure process can begin, or before an HOA can file for foreclosure. And these are unpaid dues, not just fines issued, but unpaid dues. Now, in addition, homeowners can file complaints with the Secretary of State to either contest and or push back against their HOA for some of these fines and processes. So according to a recent survey done by ANF, almost 30% report being in litigation with their HOA, 30%. And 16%, check this out, 16%, according to this survey report, they get fines daily at a minimum of $25, ranging all the way up to hundreds of dollars on a daily basis. 16% of folks in an HOA community. That is shocking. That is shocking to hear. So when I'm thinking about this oversight, I think it's going to limit the power of HOAs over homeowners. It's also going to give power back and protections back to homeowners such that they can either fight their HOA if needed, remove their HOA, but essentially introduce due process. Introduce a system and a process that protects them from predatory HOA associations. And there are a lot more out there than I originally thought.